Welcome to Lunch Break Tarot. I'm Jolene, and if this video has found you, there's a message in it you're supposed to hear, big or small, so trust the timing. How you been? Hope you're good. I got started a little early. Okay. It's Monday. I took a sick day because my neck problems. This is my anti-inflammatory medicine. The last time I took ibuprofen, I'm going to tell you guys this. Okay. We got reciprocity, by the way. I'm just going to pull cards while I tell a little story. We got King of Wands and Five of Pentacles. We got the Sun, hallelujah, and we have the Nine of Swords. Okay, so last year I got a divorce. I overshared so bad on my YouTube channel. I know most of the people that are watching me now are from tarot, but I actually started this YouTube channel in 2022, and I started it as a vlog channel. And the first video that popped off got like 20 something thousand views. And it was because I self diagnosed myself with avoidant personality disorder. I did not actually end up having that. I ended up having autism. And anyway, so that's some background for my story. I have 260 videos on Patreon that are all of my vlogs, as well as a podcast that I started during 2025 when I was going through my divorce. So, if anybody has been wanting to hear me talk off the cuff and humiliate myself and just overshare, that's available for $22 a month. And not because I'm greedy, but just because I think there's value in it, but I don't think it should be Googleable to the whole world. Okay. And then the price point of $22 a month is because that's how much I have personally been willing to pay for other quote unquote influencers that I follow. All right. So I went through a divorce last year. It was the mostest. Apparently, you have a Saturn maturity at 44, but you have a Rahu maturity at 22. The South Node became conjunct my natal Pluto, which is the whole thing. So I really already thought I had been through the most. And honestly, this really was the bee's knees of problems. But I don't really know what I'm doing. This is my second beer, and I am autistic and sensitive, and to say I'm a lightweight is definitely an understatement. But last year, August 11th is when I met with the divorce attorney. My ex had been moved out for like 6 days at that point. We had been going through the motions of separating assets and trying to come to agreements with things from March of 2025 to August. And he finally moved out. And then I went to file for a divorce. And I had been working for only 2 months at that point at the job that I'm at now. And I took ibuprofen to push through. I moved my ex like almost single handedly. And I'm a tiny 5'2" person with autism working a brand new job. I was stressed to the freaking max. And I took ibuprofen, and I had to meet with the divorce attorney that Monday. I was not well at all. I was not well at all. And I drank a second latte, and apparently all of that combined made me get vertigo, like vomiting in the floor vertigo. And I missed one day of work, only one day of work, and I showed up to work the rest of the week, but I literally got nothing done. I just sat there and literally stared at my computer. And in hindsight, I mean, and I lost a week of productivity on the schedule, and my boss definitely asked me about it 2 weeks later when she noticed. And I luckily had other excuses that she knew well about that were genuine excuses. But honestly, it was the vertigo and trying to show up to work because I was still in my 90 days and not get fired. So I don't know. I just feel like it's Leo season. That's probably what it is. It's about being more self expressive. It's about sharing things about yourself, but not oversharing. I don't know if this qualifies, but here we are. And if anybody's wondering why I still seem to be going through it, it is because things haven't seemed to actually be resolved with my ex. We've still been hanging out here and there. And it was a 17-year relationship. It's been 18 years now if you count us still whatever the situationship has been for a year. But yeah, it's been a mess. It's been rough. And honestly, if it wasn't for a different tarot reader encouraging me in a general reading to take a sick day, I wouldn't be doing this, taking a sick day. But I love doing tarot readings. I love having a YouTube channel. I love that I've been able to pivot and find balance in making YouTube videos. Before, when I was a vlogger, I was editing like half the week at least and then vlogging for the other half. And my ex-husband supported me financially at the time. That's why I was able to do that. But that wasn't really, I think I only did that because at the time, I got a lot of joy in watching other vloggers. So I wanted to do the same. And now I get a lot of joy out of watching other tarot readers. So I'm doing the same. But I'm an INFJ, so I'm definitely cut out for this as far as intuition goes. I just saw the judgment card flip out, but it flipped back in, so I'm going to leave it. Huh. I don't know the quality of this video in particular because I'm on my second. Craft brew, Missouri beer. Heck yes. Anyway, but I don't know. I'm doing it anyway. It's like the one thing you can do. There's a difference between doing this for 20 minutes and doing what I already do. Okay, I'm gonna stop shuffling because we just got the death card. All right. Did I have? Was I going anywhere? Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I lost it. Anyway, I guess it's not. I guess I should. That's probably happened for a reason. I'm just gonna leave that train of thought there. Yeah. Let's get on with your reading. All right. We have the Six of Pentacles, which is about reciprocity. Oh, yeah, I remember my train of thought. I actually am psychic too. I'm not world renowned, certainly. I'm not like Tyler Henry level at all, but I am claircognizant. Um, I don't, I wouldn't say I'm clairvoyant, but I'm claircognizant. I get, when people are talking to me, I get hits. I get so much information about their lives. And I can't control when it's going to happen. Um, I like people a lot too. I think that's why. I think I have developed a certain level of humility, and the more humility you have, the more refined perception you have. And my particular gift comes in the form of claircognizance. And I'm sure I have seemed like a total weirdo to people because I know when I'm getting a hit, but I didn't know it was claircognizance because I didn't know how I was different in my life compared to other people. But people would be telling me about their problems or about their fears, and I would just get this whole story unfolding, and it was always really positive too. It was always really loving. Like whoever their enemies, quote unquote enemies were, I could see how much their quote unquote enemies actually admired them and respected them, even if they didn't even if they didn't treat the person very well. Um, I don't know. I have always gotten it, and it has always felt so good. And that's how I know when it's a gift, because it's the most captivating thing when it happens, and I can't help myself to share it. But I always, when I would get those insights, I would always share it as, oh, they're probably like this. And people would kind of look at me perplexed because it was a great deal of insight. I don't think most people like having the fourth wall of reality broken. So that's, and also I'm so sensitive, and it's more than just being sensitive. It's autism. Um I take a huge hit when I do social things, and I haven't actually I'm an INFJ, and so I do actually have poor boundaries, and so I have to keep people at a tremendous distance usually, which is why I thought I had avoidant personality disorder. Um, but I have to keep a lot of people, even though I treasure them and see their good qualities, people who have are still acting out of their unconscious conditioning hurts me a lot worse than the average person, and I just can't afford it. So if people have things that would cause them to not treat me well, I just can't handle it, and I end up door slamming people, which is why I thought I had avoidant personality disorder, among other things. Anyway, this is a whole thing, but let me just get on. Let me just get on with it. 12 minutes in, we haven't even done your reading, but this is going to be a day, okay? So we have reciprocity here. Um, the scales are about to be balanced. I don't know who this is. I don't know if you're feeling charitable and giving something back to someone yet, or if you're about to cash in on your good karma. I'll have to clarify in order to get more out of it. We do have the King of Wands here. So this came after the Six of Pentacles, though. But the King of Wands is somebody. There's a lot of different ways to take this, and I haven't personally been doing tarot long enough to have really developed my own connection to this. I tend to like to interpret the cards according to their highest virtue, but I do know other tarot readers that I respect a great deal see this King of Wands guy as somebody who's wearing a mask and showing up jovial and gregarious. Oh my gosh, that's so Sagittarius. I don't know what King of Wands is. Obviously, all the wands are fire, so fire signs, but this is somebody that looks happy on the outside, but on the inside, you don't really know. All that you know is that the outside doesn't match the inside. But the traditional view of tarot of this card is somebody that has a vision and commands authority and respect and is strategic, which I don't associate with that other version of this interpretation. Um, but yeah, this is someone that, like the Queen of Wands, just attracts everything that she wants. She attracts her vision because she has a ton of self worth and she's a match for it. And then the King of Wands is also a match for it, but rather than waiting for things to come to him, he makes decisions. He delegates. He tells people what he wants them to do, and they do it because he's earned his place in life. Until I clarify, I don't know. I don't know what this is yet. Okay. Well, what I'm getting is it looks like if you have been dealing with a character like this, whether it's the shadow version, or this virtuous version, I just gave both. Whoever this character is for you, it looks like they are wanting to try to give back. They see all that you have given and they want to give back for some reason. Can they be trusted? We don't know. They might be acting from a place of lack. They might be acting from a place of desperation. They might be feeling codependent. They might be trying to meet your needs so you can become dependent on them. They might be trying to disempower you. They might be trying to make you associate all of your nervous system regulation with them so you can depend on them. Yeah, because we've got this Five of Pentacles, it does seem like it's the shadow version of the King of Wands that we are seeing here. We do have the Sun following that. It's Leo season. Might have something to do with that, but it does look like behind the wound, behind this abandonment, displacement wound, they do have good intentions. Their codependency is based on their past conditioning. They do have the opportunity in this lifetime to overcome that and not allow their fear to motivate all of their actions. They're a very altruistic person, but unfortunately, a lot of their altruism has been because they want to make people dependent on them or prove their worth. That's not who they really are, obviously. But the Sun, everyone has a soul that's like, I don't know, infallible, I would say. That's not exactly true because no one is perfect and the soul is like a step down from God. So it inherently is fallible. And we wouldn't be doing all these incarnations if the soul itself didn't need to evolve for some reason. But the soul is so good compared to anyone you're going to meet here. But the reason the Sun came out is because this person actually is trustworthy. They have the potential to become trustworthy in this lifetime in your particular situation. They're still definitely dealing with this trauma of the Five of Pentacles, but anyway, then we have the Nine of Swords, and I haven't clarified any of these yet. The Nine of Swords actually it looks rough, but it's not the Ten of Swords, and that means even though they're in a bad way, they're not as bad off as they have been in the past. And even when they've been even worse off, they've gotten through that too. I know I'm talking about this like this is somebody else, but yeah, the King of Wands is external. So even if you're a guy, if you're the querent, I tend to interpret kings as somebody you're dealing with and queens as you. But definitely flip it. This is a general reading. If this doesn't resonate, and if it feels like it applies to somebody, if it feels like it applies to you, then take it that way. But this Nine of Swords seems to me like it is them because we got the King of Wands here. This could be definitely interpreted a different way. On the positive side, I don't know. I'm just going to let you flip it if you need to. We have the Death card showing up here. This could have just come out to tell me to stop talking about myself. Probably. Definitely, probably. The Nine of Swords, I didn't finish that one. I don't know. I'll have to clarify. I'll just clarify and get more out of it. I have beer cheese in the microwave. That's going to be my lunch, and I cannot wait. This one definitely is running long. I hope it's okay. I probably should cut the first part of that out. I don't know. We'll see. I have been able to connect with some people on here that I don't know, are motivating me to show up a little less profesh. That's probably not fair, but showing up a little more, you know, me. But it could also be the Leo thing, the Leo season. Everyone's kind of called to be more self expressive right now. All right, clarify the Six of Pentacles. I got a lot of cards. Can I take that many? I can't take that many. I can't take that many. Especially since we're 20 minutes in. Clarify. There we go. Okay, we have the Four of Swords. Clarifying the Six of Pentacles. It does look like somebody is conscious about the giving that they're giving. So this kind of undoes a little bit of what I said before about it being coming from a disempowering place. It looks like someone, because of how much pain they have been in, they're trying to give from a more pure place. Clarify King of Wands. Also, there are still some OG people that followed me since 2022. And yes, so awesome. Thank you. Okay, so we got the Three of Pentacles clarifying the King of Wands. So this is that they actually do want to build something with you. Maybe you proposed building a future with them. If it's not romantic, that you tried to find a way to collaborate with them, and for whatever reason that got the kibosh. Maybe it could have been the Mercury retrograde, I don't know. But whenever they are giving back to you, dipping into their well to give back to you, they are doing it from a place of wanting to build something with you. So that's good. All right, clarify the already. We got the Five of Pentacles. So this is the Magician is clarifying the Five of Pentacles. That came out so fast. That explains that they are transforming this Five of Pentacles wound. This has been a mess, and this has probably made you feel like you didn't have hope at all. But because it got grueling, but it does look like transformation is happening. I know the Magician isn't really about transformation, but it is about miracles and healing, the physical manifestation of healing. So it looks like this is getting overcome, this Five of Pentacles thing. Hallelujah. That might be why the Sun was following it too. Clarify the Sun. I hope this is helpful if you made it this far. Okay, well, we got the Knight of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. So this is someone offering you from a studious and well thought out place. They want this collaboration to be joyful. This seems authentic to them rather than like they're not feeling like you gave them an ultimatum and they're only acting out of fear. This is They are authentically arriving at a place to where they want you to be able to experience a new day together, like a new era of joy. All right, clarify the Nine of Swords. Sorry. Clarify Nine of Swords. I just saw the Two of Pentacles, so they're up late at night worrying about things because they're struggling with what's natural for them to prioritize. They're being called to show up as they know who they need to show up as to get what they want, but it is difficult for them for some reason. Lordy, that came out again. We did get a handful of cards, so I'm going to take them. We have the Lovers. We have the Moon. So, I mean, the Lovers also is a choice, but it's also about a romantic relationship. We have the Moon, so like a lot of overwhelming emotions. And we have the Eight of Pentacles, which is mastery. So it does look like they are, and this is like the second indication of that, they are gaining mastery over their um, overwhelming emotions, maybe wounds laid down by their mom. The Moon is significant female figures in their life. So it could, if you're a woman, this could, the Moon, they're gaining mastery over um, their anguish, their fear related to this connection. Yeah, and then the Two of Pentacles, what came out with that was the Knight of Wands. So that's still in the mix. And so this kind of indicates too, like them being non-committal in the past. That's like it, they're juggling two versions of themselves, the past version, which was non-committal, and the future version, which is someone you can rely on and someone who authentically wants to offer you what they know you're asking for. I don't know how you would translate this if it wasn't a romantic situation, but definitely tell me if you are, because the cards are right and I just have to pick an angle on a general reading. Okay, clarify the death card. I'm going to go ahead and clarify the death card. Already. I'm feeling a tingling in my crown chakra right now. That could be related or unrelated. I don't know. Clarify the death card. I'm super nervous about making a tarot reading when I called in sick. But I love doing this. And what I was trying to say when the death card came out is there's a difference between making a 20-minute tarot reading and 9 hours of stress. Clarify the death card. Hope y'all like this long version. Definitely gonna wish I went back to the days where I edited. Even when I did edit though, when you're new, you don't know. You don't know. Some of my old stuff is so embarrassing. It's so long and boring. The Judgment card did want to come out twice. I might be confusing it with a different reading, but if I've talked about the Judgment card, it wanted to come out twice. So if it wanted to come out on this reading, and it's clarifying the death card, and this is a big deal. That means making a decision. That means, I mean, and it's an eclipse too coming up. We did finally get the star though. I mean, this is about wish fulfillment after an ending. And I'm not even going to say a painful ending, but because that would be the Ten of Swords. But the Ten of Swords probably did precede this at some point. And this is about being set free. This is about life flowing to you again, which will be super welcome after a period of stagnation. Usually the death card arrives after things have become so unworkable that there's no other option. And this is hope arriving after an ending that maybe you didn't know you could survive. This is, okay, I know I talked about it yesterday, but there's life on the other side of this, whatever happens. It's a general reading, so it's going to be different for different strokes for different folks, but this death is a rebirth too, transformation. So if there waffling with their old ways and whoever they have the potential of becoming. Either way, you're going to be fine. All right, well, that's 30 minutes. I hope this was helpful. If it was, let me know by liking and subscribing. If you want a personal reading with me, details are in the description, and I'll see you soon. Bye.